There's something truly special about coming home. And today we have someone with us who walked these very same corridors, same classrooms, and perhaps dreamed some of the same things you are dreaming right now and face the same challenges you might be facing today. Back in 1996 to 1999, he was just like you, a student at AIHM Chandigarh, and he'll be the first to tell you that this wasn't just an education, it was a transformation. He often says that this industry teaches you more than hospitality. It shapes your characters, builds your resilience, and molds you into someone you won't fully recognize until years later. Someone better, someone stronger. Today, that former student has become a voice that resonates across the globe. As an international motivational speaker and disruption coach, he works with top organizations and educational institutions worldwide, helping leaders and organizations navigate others. But here's what makes him truly remarkable. He hasn't forgotten where he has come from. And that brings us why we are here today. When he looks back at his student days, he remembers the question that kept him at night, the doubts, the uncertainties, the things he wished someone should tell him. So he created Coach on Campus, his personal initiative to answer those very questions for you. Not generic advice from textbook, but real answers to real questions from students just like you. Questions that matter, questions that are relatable because you have asked them. This is the way of giving back, of bridging the gap between the conference room where the coaches, top executives, and the classroom like this where future shapes are being. Today's session will be recorded and made available to students around the world through YouTube because he believes the good guidance shouldn't have boundaries. And if this conversation changes your perspective by even 1%, then he has achieved exactly what he's set out to. So please join me in welcoming home a proud alumnus, a global inspiration, Mr. Simerjeet Singh.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Honorable Principals, Mr. Arvind Vermaji, Honorable Mr. Ghosh Sir, Sucharu Sharma, everybody from the AIHM team who's been part of the core organizing committee, my dear students, it's such a pleasure to be back here. Definitely the industry gives you more than hospitality, and this happened this morning. It's been several years, 20 years since I left the industry, and this happened right this morning, sir. I'm leaving the restaurant after breakfast. Another guest thinks I'm the manager, and he stops me and says, "Excuse me, do you know where the restrooms are?" And I tell him where the restrooms are, because I know where the restrooms are. It's only about 2 or 3 minutes later that he noticed that I don't actually work here. I'm another guest in the restaurant, just like himself. And that's when he said, sorry, right? And in the meanwhile, I was checking on my chest, I hope there is no logo here that says, how can I help you? But this is what this industry does to you. It gives you an invisible logo. A what? An invisible logo which says, how can I help you? So you might leave the industry, but the industry never leaves you. आप industry छोड़ सकते हो, industry आपको नहीं छोड़ेगी. And then let me also congratulate you on being a part of doing your hotel management from AIHM Chandigarh. One, since I'm an alumnus of this college, so I definitely have a soft corner for this. And second, because it's not just an emotional soft corner, it's a logical soft corner also. This institute, with the faculty that you get here, with the resources that you get here, you will realize this a few years later that this was, if you had to do hotel management in North India, this was the best choice you could make. And I'm so proud to call myself one of the alumnus of the institute, which is counted among the top in the country, not just in North India, which has produced many great chefs and many great entrepreneurs, even writers, speakers, hotel journal managers, and people have spread all across the world. And that is what you are going to do also. It's going to be an exciting journey. And that's what I hope that by the end of the evening, I want to create some excitement in you regarding the choice that you've made, not regret. Because we can live life with regret and we can live life with excitement. I hope you live your life with excitement, enthusiasm of what lies ahead. Picture abhi baki hai. You know, there's loads more to come ahead of you, and how far you will go, that'll depend a lot on the decisions you make today. I'm a huge fan of some very simple concepts which we will share. I'll share my own personal stories. Most importantly, I want this discussion to be driven by you, by your questions, by your concerns, so that those who are watching on YouTube also can also benefit from what their concerns might be, right? And that's going to be broadly the format for the day. Be yourselves, we'll have fun. I'm a huge believer people learn better when they're having fun. Yes? Right? Do you agree with that? So I don't want to make a serious conversation. I probably want to give you inputs which ChatGPT cannot. So it's going to be me versus artificial intelligence. By the way, why did we need to create artificial intelligence? That's a good question. Did you think about it? Why did we, human beings, we're already smart. Yes, no? Some of you are not sure. Huh? we human beings are very smart. Then why did we need to create artificial intelligence? Let me tell you a personal incident that happened yesterday. I will not name the hotel. I was staying somewhere. And this bag, which I carry with me, which has my laptop and my phone also sometimes is in here. You know how you feel when the phone se bichoda hota hai? When you're parted, somebody takes your phone away, there's actually a psychological term for that. It's called nomophobia. I'm not making this up. This is true. Nomophobia, no mobile phobia, right? So my phone's in there, my laptop's in there, and I'm checking in, and this bag is lying at the bell desk. Okay? You with me so far? It's in my sight very much. I complete my check-in, I turn around, and my bag's not there. All right? And I'm like, 2 seconds, where did it go? Now, there's 3 people standing behind the bell desk. How many? 3. None of them knew what happened. Probably that's why we need artificial intelligence. None of them knew what happened. And I asked them, where's my bag? One of them started laughing. Young trainee, I don't blame him. He started laughing. And then the next thing, all 3 of them, they started talking to each other. I said, no, talk to me. It's a basic human need at that point of, right? Tell me what's going on. And they're still not talking to they're using their phones. I know that they're slightly stressed. One of them is completely not stressed. It's funny for him. It's like, I'm like, tera phone ghuma hota na to. I would see how you'd be laughing. But one of them's giggling, and 2 of them, they're all talking to each other. They're not talking to me. Who do they need to talk to at that point of time? Me, right? We don't need ChatGPT for that, but they're talking to each other. I said, what happened? Where did the bag go? And then finally somebody said from the other side, don't worry, sir, you'll find your bag. I said, no, will you like a mocktail? I said, no mocktails for me. Get me my bag first, right? And what had happened was one of the other trainees who was also at bell desk, वो बेचारा वापस उसको फोन गया, उसको डांट ढूंढ पड़ी है, पता नहीं क्या भी हुआ, and he's walking back with the bag. Again, he's very happy with the smile. He's blaming this other guy, and then nobody is speaking words. Nobody's using words. They're all using actions. He's saying, this guy's saying, I'm like, what a joke is this, right? Now, and this is not about English. Let us be very clear for all of you and for those on camera. This situation, to handle it, do you need excellent English? I don't think so. You could use vernacular, you could use Punjabi, Hindi, whatever language and say, sir, galati se aapka bag wo banda dusra le gaya tha. We are trying to trace it and we'll have it back. Don't worry, CCTV cameras are... That somebody needed to step into that situation. Is this an AI skill or a human skill? It's a human skill. And there were 4 people in that situation. And I'm sorry to say, not one of them could display that skill of communication, of empathy, understanding that this person, his laptop, probably his wallet, his mobile phone is in a bag and that bag is not there anymore. How is he feeling right now? What can I do to address it rather than just giggling, right? That does not take ChatGPT. That takes somebody like you. And that is why you are important. Repeat after me, please. I am important. Right? Now, don't get too carried away with this and start telling other people, hey, excuse me, do you know I am important? That's not the intention here. But for you to believe that आपके होने या ना होने से फर्क पड़ता है. That whether you are there in this situation or not, it makes a difference. That's the belief you have to work with. And that's the kind of professional you have to be in, right? Professional you have to become. Whether you work in an airline tomorrow or a hotel or a resort or wherever you work, these simple things. And this is what we'll talk about and we'll answer your questions. Hopefully, when you finish by 7:30 p.m. today, when this workshop is supposed to finish, you will all be more clearer, more confident. Some of you are thinking 7:30. No, it's not going to be that late. We aim to wrap up around 1:30-ish max, depending upon how the day goes. And so thank you so much to the authorities here for creating this space. देखिए the two things are very important. One is guidance के बिना young person की जिंदगी बहुत confusing हो सकती है. Right? Second thing, हर शख्स गाइडेंस नहीं दे सकता. ये मैं खुद को अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर रहा हूं, पर मैं आपको जेन्युइन ऑब्जर्वेशन से, हार्डकोर रिसर्च से बता सकता हूं. नॉट एवरी पर्सन इज इक्विप्ड टू गाइड यू, राइट? नॉट एवरी पर्सन वांट्स टू गाइड यू. सम ऑफ देम से इसको कर लेने दे गलती, फिर बताएंगे, राइट? बट देन even a 1% change, and that's what she said in the introduction, right? Even a 1% clarity today will create huge impact for you. Huge impact. And that's what I'm here for. No big promises. आपकी जिंदगी बदल जाएगी, ये होगा, वो होगा, बदल सकती है. But my promise is very simple. Maybe when you leave today, you will be 1% more clearer, 1% more confident, 1% more equipped to handle what lies ahead. That's the goal today. So I'd like to kickstart today's discussion by sharing 3 simple thoughts with you, and then we'll move on to your questions. Number 1, so we'll talk about lines and curves. We'll talk about habits, and we'll talk about mindset. These 3 things we'll talk about. Lines and curves. Let's talk about. Anyone here from Shimla? Or you've traveled to Shimla? Yes. Chandigarh, Shimla. You know how the road turns like this and like this and like this? That's how your career is going to be. All right? What we were promised was your career is going to be a straight line. Everything is, and when you're in college and school, maybe it will be a straight line because, yeah, it will be. Because after 10th, it'll be 10 plus 2. After 10 plus 2, it'll be a professional course like the one you're doing. But after this, it's going to be a zigzag line. Curves. Get used to that. Okay? Because the world will change and your world will change. Let me share a personal story with you right here in this room. It happened. First of all, hotel management was not on the plan for my career. Actually, the person who brought me the form to sit for the exam, he wanted to get admission into hotel management. I did not. I just signed up to go accompany him to go visit Chandigarh. Right? He said, Chandigarh चलते हैं घूमने, test है, मैंने form ले लिया है, तेरा भी भर दिया है. Okay, ठीक है, चलते हैं. मेरे को, I did not know what test it was. I never prepared for it. You know the interesting part? I got through, he did not. He didn't get through, right? And I got through. I didn't know what was happening. And then it's after I cleared, I told my parents. After I cleared the interview also, that's when I told my family that I've cleared this exam called hotel management. And Chandigarh, I've got admission. I said, तू यहाँ से बाहर निकल इस शहर से, तेरी जो संगत है वो ठीक नहीं है. So you leave and you go. Then nobody knew what I was signing up for. And when I told everybody, my grandmother was a doctor, and you've heard the story before maybe in some of my videos. And when she heard I'm joining hotel management, she said, you know how other people have long, lengthy expressions. Why would you join hotel management? What brought you into the hospitality industry? In Punjabis, we have a simple expression. It's called "Hain." So everybody in my family went, "Hain? Hotel management? Hain? What is that?" So anyway, I entered hotel management. Everybody thought I was going to be a what after I graduate? Most of the people thought I was going to be a chef. Some of my friends who wanted to make fun of me said, waiter banega. कोई नहीं, मैं होटल खोलूंगा, तू waiter बनेगा, तेरे को मैं job पे रख लूंगा, है ना? Okay, no problem. But interestingly, while about the time when we were ready to graduate, there was a company called GE Capital Services. Have you heard the name? Right? It's a call center. But GE, have you heard the name GE? It's an American engineering firm. सबसे ज़्यादा they are known for making light bulbs. Back in the day. Right? Now they do a whole lot of other things, aerospace engines and whatnot, they do everything. And a lot of people then said, you've done hotel management. What will you do in GE? तो रोटियां बना रही थी, bulbs कैसे बना? Nobody understood a thing. That was again when everybody said, hey? That interview happened right here. I prepared for hotel management. What did I get placed for? A call center job. Call centers were new in India. I'm talking about the year 1999. Yeah, that's how old this model is. 1999, had the job interview, it happened right here. And I was offered admission into that course for a call center. We were supposed to call and get money from the people who don't pay back their credit cards. You know, people like that? Yeah. they pay the credit cards, but they don't pay back the bank. We were supposed to collect that money back. And guess what? 3 years I studied for hotel management, Bordeaux and Champagne region and the cuts of the cow, the painting of the cow, what cut goes there and what goes. And then I'm making calls They gave us a new name, a dummy name. We had to recover money. This was what, a straight line or a curve? It was a curve, right? Get used to curves. Repeat after me, please. I will get used to the curves on the road. Because it's not going to be a straight line. And then when you get used to that in changing environments, you tend to grab those opportunities quicker. Okay? Right? Does that make sense? Yeah. So whatever you prepare for. And then the next thing happened is after hotel management, I found this new passion called motivational speaking. I moved on to that. In fact, I'll tell you another curve that I was not ready for. My first job was with Marriott in the United States. From the hotel industry, I moved into customer service, call centers. I went back to study hospitality. My first job was in Marriott. Again, I came back to the industry. And then just when my career was taking off, my father, who just retired, was diagnosed with cancer. It was my first job, 6 months. I was 21 at that point of time. I lost him a year after that. And it was never, I didn't know what to do as a young 21-year-old. My career had just started. You know how you feel when your first job and you're making money and you're finally independent and you get that phone call. It says, my sister told me that he's being diagnosed with cancer. That was a curve I was not ready for. उस चीज के लिए मैं ready नहीं था. कुछ चीजों के लिए आप ready होते हो कई बार excited. This was shock. I decided to leave my job in the US and come back to India. 3 months I was without a job. All I was doing was I was by the side of my father. Do that. Sometimes make the hard choices. I will make the hard choices, please. Repeat after me. I'll make the hard choices. The hard choices will make you tough. 3 months I was without a job. Imagine from this life to my hometown is Batala, district Gurdaspur, and I was with my father 3 months, being with him, looking after him. So, and then 4th month, I read the Tribune was the only newspaper that used to come. I read an ad in the paper about a new hotel that is opening in Jalandhar. It was called Radisson. So I read the ad. And I said, well, should I apply? Because it's been 4 months, I don't have a job. So I just picked up the phone and called the hotel. That's what I did. I picked up the phone, called the hotel. I said, look, can you connect me to HR department? They connect me to HR. I said, well, I'm so-and-so. These are my qualifications. I'm looking for a job. He said, well, are you available tomorrow for an interview? That's how quick it was. I said, okay, sure. I dress up. I put my coat back on. I drive my Santro from Batala to Jalandhar, come for an interview. And they were opening a new restaurant then called the Great Kebab Factory. Raise your hands if you heard the name. The Great Kebab Factory. There was a new brand that they were launching. And the brand manager who was from Delhi, happened to be there. He interviewed me. Things clicked. The next thing, by the evening, I had a job offer. However, the money that I was getting paid was 1/10. How much? 1/10 of what I was earning in the US. But I took it anyway. It was a nice opportunity. This was the flip side. Now, here's what it is. I could focus on, pehle I was making 1 lakh rupees a month. I was saving 1 lakh rupees a month. Now I'm making 10,000 rupees a month. I could cry about this. On the other side, I could see I was the youngest restaurant manager at that point of time in that hotel, in that area. At 22, I was a restaurant manager. My captain was 4 years older than me. Many of the stewards on my team were older than me or about my age. And I had the opportunity to lead them. कुछ भी हो ना, जिंदगी का सख्त से सख्त धक्का भी लगे ना, उसका भी कोई brighter side हो सकती है. And that brings me to the mindset. The 3 things I want to discuss. One is curves, get used to curves. The second is habits. We'll talk about that. Third is mindset. It's CHM. Curves, habits, mindset. So that's the third thing, the mindset I'm jumping to now. The mindset will help you. What you choose on expands. You can choose to focus on क्यों कर दिया यार मैंने, क्यों हो गया, मेरे साथ ऐसे क्यों हुआ किसी और के साथ, and that will make you miserable. Do you like being around miserable people? Absolutely, nobody likes being around miserable people. जिनकी शक्ल ही कहती है हम नहीं रोते, हमारी शक्ल ही रोती है, right? तो क्या करोगे? उनको कोई they will not have solutions. They will have problems for every solution. You show them any good thing and they'll find a problem with that. But now so curves first thing. Has this thing been very clear to you? Accept it today that your life will not be a straight line. That you will move into one direction, you'll plan one thing, something else will emerge. Be okay with that. Be agile. Be Agile. There's a term called agility. It comes from sports. That you know how in cricket when the bowler, different bowler, jiska bowling style different hai, the cricketer changes his style also, right? So based on the circumstance, and that's how you have to be. You have to adapt. So get used to curves. That was my number one. Every job will teach you something. Keep that in mind. I was a security guard also in Australia, where part-time. I've worked at gas stations also, petrol pump stations, night shift, dangerous, most dangerous, because all the shootings happened at that point of time. I was well paid, so I said, okay, why not? I'll take my chances. But every job, अगर आप शिद्दत से उसे कर रहे हो, every job teaches you something. Mr. Jayant, yes or no? Yeah, every job. Provided you take that opportunity and say, I'm going to learn something out of this. I'm not stuck in this for the rest of my life. I will grow. People grow, yes or no? Yes. Right. But mistake people make is when they're in their role, they think, मेरी सारी जिंदगी बस इसमें ही निकलेगी. नहीं, ये सिर्फ एक इस सीढ़ी का एक स्टेप है. आज है कल नहीं होगा. आज एंजॉय कर लो. कल ये देख के मत रोना कि कल वो IHM में स्टूडेंट था, मैं 3 साल मैंने क्या किया, मैं रोता ही रहा कि मैंने गलत चॉइस कर ली. वो स्टूडेंट लाइफ वापस आनी नहीं है. So make the best of that today, right? And every job will teach you something, and it'll all add up in the end. The dots will connect. Have you watched Steve Jobs' speech, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish? If not, go watch that on YouTube. Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish by Steve Jobs. And he talks about this whole concept, how his life took so many turns, but the dots connect. What happens? Dots connect 10 years later, not now. 10 years later, it'll become clear to you, why did you enroll in hotel management, right? Why were you listening to this crazy fellow whose name was Simerjeet Singh at Coaching Campus? What value it added? Not now, not now. 10 years later, 5 years later. That's the beauty of it. But have faith. क्या faith करना है आपको? कि every step on the ladder has a purpose. You with me? You ever played with the cards, making a house of cards? Yeah? What happens? You take one card out. The whole thing collapses. Yes, no? That's life. That is life. You take one chapter out of it, you will not be sitting here today. Take one chapter out of your past, one little thing, you won't be here today. I wouldn't be a motivational speaker if I would not have done hotel management. I liked it at that point of time or not, that's a different story. We'll talk about it later. But आज मैं यहाँ नहीं होता. I would not have been here. Everything connects. So enjoy it while you go through it. And the second thing I want to talk about very quickly is habits. What is it? Habits. I'm sure you're all huge fans of motivation, yes or no? Yes? I'm a motivational speaker. I make a living out of it. But motivation is like the stock market. How many of you know about the stock market? Yeah? Some days it goes up, some days it goes down, and that's motivation, right? Some days your motivation is up. आज तो बस ना सारी दुनिया जीत लेनी है. ठीक है? The stock market will also be like 800 points, Sensex is up. Habits are like SIPs, SIPs, systematic investment plans. Repeat after me, please. Habits are like SIPs. Now what happens, anybody here has a SIP plan? You have a SIP plan? What is a SIP? Automatically debited from your account. Let's say every month you're investing 1,000 rupees in silver, for example, or gold, or whatever it happens to be. Whether the market is up or down, that debit will happen. That's a SIP. Some people have daily SIPs also. Daily they're investing. Whether the market is up or down, so whether my motivation is here or not, I have to do that thing. Now, this is the beauty. What's the average age in this room, please? 21. Do you know what happens when a 21-year-old starts saving, let's say, 5,000 rupees a month? Let's say. What will happen by 60? इतने zero लग जाएंगे ना. Count करने में time लगेगा. Same thing. If so, let me say that in English also. 20-year-old starts saving today, power of compounding effect will be phenomenal by the time it's 60. Same thing, a 40-year-old starts, the net amount will be way less. What I'm trying to say here to you today is, okay, great. Have motivation. Now, this is what motivation did to me. I was in the gym yesterday and I was about to finish my workout. Ho gaya tha, 45 minutes ho gaya. But then I watched Diljit Dosanjh in that Border 2 trailer. He's talking to the other guy. Oh, dar gaya tu, ye wo, main aa raha hu tere piche. It's like, I went back on the treadmill, another 15 minutes. That's motivation. That's motivation. But agar main gym mein hi na hota to, If I would not have been in the gym, that video would have made zero difference to me. Yes or no? To go to the gym daily is a habit. To watch something there that gives me a little extra push is motivation. So think about habits if you want to create something of your life. What you will be in 5 years' time, 6 years' time depends upon your daily habit. How many of you exercise every day? Raise your hands. How many of you read every day outside your syllabus? Raise your hands. How many of you watch maybe grooming videos or something, or improve your journal knowledge, or you already started saving? Raise your hands. No, right? Saving for investing and things like that. The effect is going to be phenomenal, right? So, since this is January, already, the beginning of the year, 2026, if you incorporate some habits now, the effect by the end of the year is going to be huge. Jayant here knows, last year we committed, he's part of my team. Last year we said we're going to create YouTube Shorts, and we aimed for 52, I think, originally. And then, thanks to his participation and our teamwork together, we doubled the number to 104. In effect, last year, 2025, we were able to launch 2 video shorts every week, 2 to 3. At times. We were expecting the results will come from YouTube. And YouTube did not give us phenomenal results. However, Jayant, you'll also be happy to know there's a channel, Instagram account in the United States called Psychology Today. They started recommending us. And I saw this sudden increase in followers from America, right, to the Instagram account. So we're not doing any marketing. What's happening here? Every day, 40, 50 new followers, 40, 50 new organic followers coming from the United States. There's an Instagram account in the US called Psychology Today that has started recommending us for good content. Go follow this guy. No, we did not plan this. So this is what will happen with your habits. I started, the suit fits me much better. In fact, I'll need to go back to my tailor to cut off another half an inch. You know why? I've been going to the gym, but 2026, I'd made a new decision. Every day I'll plank. How many of you know what planking is? Yeah, every day I'll plank. First day, 30 seconds, I collapse. Second day, 40 seconds. Moved up slowly to 60 seconds. And you strengthen that muscle. So commit to some habit. Reading. How many of you read every day? You got some nice book and you're reading 30 minutes. Put a timer on. Walking, exercise, saving, investing, learning about life, learning about other countries, learning a foreign language, learning about AI tools. How many of you experimenting with AI tools? Have you created something, a digital clone, avatar, I don't know, something, branding? So these are the things I'll be very, very posting on LinkedIn. How many of you have LinkedIn accounts? Open one, start posting. What happens? 2026 has just started. अगर आप LinkedIn में 2 post per week डाल रहे consistently, by the end of the year, you will have a good number of followers. And if you need a job, you will have people who know you, who know Yash has been posting good things about something, about leadership. Or Meghna has been posting things about this. All of a sudden, beta jaoge, कौन परवाह करेगा आपकी? You don't even know. 1 year from now, मुझे को job चाहिए. And I just randomly start emailing people using agentic AI, right? You can do that. But people care about people they know. And if you don't know them, they won't bother. So start with these habits, planking, breathing. My immunity improved a lot. Last year, I made a commitment every day, 6 minutes of Alom Balom and 6 minutes of Kapal Bharti every single day, wherever I am. And it doesn't have to be in the morning. Sometimes it's typically in the morning if I miss it. So what is part of your daily routine? That's my question to you. Have you tasted the power of compounding? That if you start something now, 4 or 5 years later, the effects will be very, very powerful, right? There's a book I will recommend to improve your habits. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits, powerful book. I highly suggest you read it. A third thing, so we've talked about curves, we've talked about habits. Third things I want to talk to you about is your mindset, okay? You will be in a rare minority if you are an optimist. Who's an optimist? जो अच्छे सूरज धूप निकली है ना काफी दिनों बाद, जो सूरज की तरफ देख के बोले कितना खूबसूरत दिन है, वो ऑप्टिमिस्ट है. जो देखे कितनी गर्मी होने वाली है, मेरी स्किन खराब हो जाएगी, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, वो right. Somebody is looking at the same thing, say, wow, this is so beautiful, right? Thank God I have this. You know, your life is a dream for many people out there. यहाँ बैठे हैं, जो बातें हो रही है ना, इतने अच्छे अच्छे हमने कपड़े पहने हैं, क्या बात है, अभी चाय सर्व होगी थोड़े टाइम में, क्या लाइफ है यार, है ना? और इसको हम कहते हैं क्या लाइफ है यार, कई बार बेकार होके जब गुस्सा होता है वही वजह से क्या लाइफ है मेरी। हाँ, उस बंदे की लाइफ है इंस्टाग्राम पे, उसको देखो है, कभी किसके साथ फोटो डालता है, कभी किसके साथ डालता है। लाइफ होनी चाहिए, ऐसी होनी चाहिए। So this is the thing. Keep your mindset. If the windows, these are windows behind you, right? If the windows are dirty, what will happen? The view will be dirty. Thank you. The view will be dirty. Mind is like a window. Keep it clean. And hang out with the right people, please. The wrong people can really make your windows dirty. Right? पता क्या होता है इनका? बॉलीवुड में एक टर्म होती है, इसे केमिस्ट्री कहते हैं, है ना? कहते हैं उनकी ये दो एक्टर्स की केमिस्ट्री बहुत अच्छी है। एक नेगेटिव बंदा जो दूसरे नेगेटिव बंदे को मिलता है ना, उनकी भी केमिस्ट्री क्लिक होती है। सीरियसली तेरे को भी लगता है जिंदगी बेकार है, ये सब जो कर रहे हैं बेकार है, मेरे को भी लगता है यही है। सो दे बिकम बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स, देन दे क्रिएट अ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, ठीक है? देन दे विल लुक फॉर एविडेंस, दे लुक फॉर एविडेंस। मैंने कहा था ना, तू कह रहा बहुत बढ़िया कर रही है गवर्नमेंट, बहुत बढ़िया कर रही है गवर्नमेंट, ये खड्डा नहीं देखा तूने? वो आसपास सब कुछ सही चल रहा होगा, बस एक खड्डा नजर आया, उसकी फोटो खींच के भेजेगा एक दूसरे को, ये देख सब बेकार है, वो भी बोलेगा हाँ सब बेकार। प्लीज इनसे बच के रहना। द वर्स्ट थिंग यू कैन डू इज बिकम अ पेसिमिस्ट। द वर्स्ट थिंग, यू विल वेस्ट योर यूथ। जवानी, ये जो जोश है, द स्ट्रेंथ दैट यू हैव, द नंबर ऑफ आवर्स यू कैन पुट इन, यू विल वेस्ट इट if you believe कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, if you believe that it doesn't make a difference, I can't make a difference, the world is coming to an end anyway, why bother? Where there was this 2012 में थी prediction, ये 2012 there was this prediction the world is going to come to an end, remember, because the Mayan calendar was ending. My niece, she was in grade 8, she stopped doing her homework. I don't know, if the world is going to come to an end why should I be doing homework when everybody's going to die? Logical point. And this is the thinking of a pessimist, right? This is how the pessimist is thinking. If my future is dark, sir, kaun karega planking? Why would I bother? Right? So this is the thing. Believe that when you make effort, it gives you results. If not today, a month from now, or a year from now. Okay? So, curves. Life is not going to be a straight line. It's going to be curving all the time. Get ready for that. Embrace opportunities, new opportunities, explore. Number 2 was habits. Ask yourself today, what you will be in 5 years' time will not depend upon the economy or the weather or anything, but on your habits today. You are the net outcome of your habits. आज जो आप हैं, वो पिछली habits का नतीजा है। आज से 3 साल बाद जो बनेंगे, वो आज की habits का नतीजा होगा। Make sense? And number 3 is mindset. Your skill set, you're learning in this institute, you have wonderful teachers. Mindset is your personal homework. Focus on what you want, right? Obsess about what you want. You know what a vision board is? Yes? How many of you have a vision board? Create it. You want to work at a nice resort in the Maldives? Get a picture of that, put it in your room. You see yourself as a general manager? Start dressing up like one, carrying yourself like one today, right? Speak like that. Train your mind to attract that thing. But law of attraction only works if you, this connects back to habits, okay? For many years, I had the picture of this guy with 6 packs on my phone. Huh? Law of attraction. Just looking at it is going to give me 6 packs. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. The 6 pack remained on the phone only, right? So law of attraction will give you the motivation, yes, but it's the habits that'll give you the 6 pack. It's the time in the gym or the planking or whatever, and you can apply this to anything. I will close this opening segment by saying you are not a prisoner of your past. I don't care where you come from, what difficulties you've been through. स्कूल में बच्चे आपका क्या मजाक उड़ाते थे, क्या नाम बुलाते थे, क्या, वो सब बीत गया, बीत गई, बात गई. You can start afresh any moment, become a brand new person. You can reinvent yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, intellectually. There's a science behind this, okay? And I'm not sure, it's called epigenetics. Go look up epigenetics. You know what epigenetics is? Epigenetics says, based on your thinking, you can affect your genes even. Sometimes they say, oh, everybody in my family has sugar. Everybody in my family has sugar. मेरे को तो शुगर होनी है. इनफैक्ट मैं 40 का हो गया हूं, मेरे बहुत डिसअपॉइंटमेंट होगी अगर मुझे शुगर ना हुई तो. Everybody in my family has sugar. I'll be very disappointed if I don't get diabetes. Everybody has diabetes. It's in my genes. Now, epigenetics say this based on your thinking, predominant thinking. So train your mind just like you train your muscle. You go to the gym, what do? You pick up something and you train it, right? You can train your mind to focus on what's working well, on the brighter side, on the sunshine outside, on the things that are working right in your life, and you will even change your biochemistry. You will be a healthier, happier person overall. And this is not going to happen in a one day. It'll be an ongoing journey. And that's why it connects back to habits, right? How many of you pray daily? You have some daily prayer routine. How many of you morning routine? Do you have a morning routine? You wake up before you pick up the phone. Phone does not count as the morning routine, okay? There are some things that you do. Do you drink warm water? Do you go out for a quick walk? Do you exercise? Do you read? Do you pray? All of those things added up, my friends, added up over a period of time are going to make you rich and powerful and smart and healthy. So, so what you can do, you can come back here 5 years from now and inspire the next generation. That's what you can do. Thank you so much for being here. We'll now take questions.